Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of 3D Reviews, another small format episode that is. Today we're going to be taking a look at an IMAX documentary, and you will find some of the best 3D in documentaries, and especially IMAX ones, since the cameras are so large and the lenses are so far apart. You typically get a lot of volume and depth there. And of course the idea is to immerse people into these worlds as much as possible, so that is definitely the idea. Unfortunately, it seems like IMAX is starting to move away from doing 3D documentaries. Like, it's still on the table, they have all the cameras and stuff, but people have been kind of moving away from that, which is really a shame because if you're going to go for the large format immersion, you might as well just go all the way and do it. I know it's a huge pain in the ass to do 3D and it's twice as much effort and whatever, but I mean, like, the end result is so cool. Honestly, some of my fondest and earliest memories of theatrical experiences were in IMAX theaters. Some of the earliest memories I have of being in a theater is at an IMAX dome down at the Science Museum of Virginia, and just being in awe how large this screen was. I know that these 3D documentaries are on the flat screens, not, well, they're still curved, but not the big domes, even though some domes do support 3D, like that one at the Science Museum does, but they only did it one night and I missed it because I had to work and work would have let me off to see it, and now I'll never get to see it ever. Point is, we're going to be looking at this IMAX documentary. Very exciting. It is, I didn't even introduce it. I mean, you saw on the title, maybe you can see on the screen behind me, IMAX Under the Sea 3D. I have two undersea documentaries. The other one's on the shelf, called Deep Sea 3D. That one's narrated by Kate Winslet and Johnny Depp. Both people that are very familiar with the water and the ocean, especially Kate Winslet. Go watch that documentary that James Cameron made about the Titanic to learn more about that. This one is narrated by everyone's favorite funny man, Jim Carrey. Brings the funny game to this documentary. I kind of feel like as a celebrity, I'm not as a celebrity, I don't mean this like me, but I kind of feel like the ultimate goal, like, you know, you've really made it as a celebrity, is if you're asked to do the narration in an IMAX documentary. If you've done that, you've made it. Like, that's how you know you're big leagues. That's like peak performance there. I wonder if maybe one day I could do an IMAX narration, but who knows. Anyway, we're gonna get started. 3D's very good in this stuff, and I'm not gonna delay any longer because I want to learn more about these fish. Especially the documentaries about undersea life are really, really, really good for 3D because everything's basically flying. It's under the water, but it's like they're flying through space and this stuff comes up. Oh shit! Check it out. We have the countdown, and this is the older one. This is where they changed it to the new sound theme tune. These numbers, man, there's like little bits, like the little particles are coming out of the screen and the numbers, and I'm going to turn this down. Even this opening right here, so cool. Look at that. IMAX intros, just think big on a tiny little LG TV screen. Oh, of course we gotta thank Warner Brothers for this one. It's very interesting that the Shield logo itself has volume, but the matte painting in the background is just completely flat. See, I love the opening credits for this one, and the other one as well. They push the opening credits way out of the screen at you. You know, they were super excited. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Graham Ferguson, executive producer. How about that? Graham Ferguson passed away recently. He was one of the co-founders of IMAX. And in my opinion, IMAX is probably the greatest theatrical experience ever. Just nothing comes close. Like, people like, I'll just watch it on my Netflix on my phone. I just watch it on my phone. It's the same movie. I don't understand. Shut up. Whoa. I'm gonna say things like, whoa, and that's really deep, and wow, look how far that's coming out at you. And this scene encapsulates all three of those things I just said. The bubbles. Lots of negative parallax. But when you're dealing with cameras this size and the interaxial as large as this is, you're gonna have that in every shot. There's so much, like, look at that. You see every single teeny tiny fish there. There's so much HD quality. There's so much information that the cameras pick up. This is how I wish Finding Nemo would look, but instead it's just kind of flat. I don't remember if it was this one or if it was the other Under the Fish documentary. One of these has a shot with a large fish that swims right out of the screen, right into your face. Like, one of the greatest negative parallax shots I've ever seen. Fantastic pop out. And I remember that because when they were trying to sell 3D TVs really big back in the early 2010s, one of these documentaries is what they were using to demonstrate the TV with. And that had such a huge impact on me. Seeing the fish literally looked like it had just swam right out of the TV, right in front of where we were standing. It was insane. I can't even, in IMAX, dude, it must have been like, I can't even imagine what that must have been like. It must have been equal parts horrifying and awe-inspiring. You have all these little underwater particles that float in and out of the screen. Oh, hey, that kind of made me flinch a little bit. Does this count as a snuff film? Oh, we're gonna get big snake 3D time. Watch this. Oh yeah, it's a nice deep shot. Even the snakes all the way in the background have a lot of volume in them. Whoa, yeah, it's definitely, wow. It looks so good, guys. Really, seriously consider picking this one up. Whoa, hey. Man, this is so surreal. Like, this is all, none of this is a special effect or some sort of fabrication. Like, all these creatures, these exist. It's just like this, it reminds me of the Life of Pi scene with the whale, bioluminescence. Oh, look at all those things. It's very much the layering that 3D does a lot to help distinguish every snake, worm thing from each other. So this looks very pleasing. You really do start to forget that you're watching a screen. It just feels like such a natural blending from the real world of what's being filmed on the screen to the real world of art. Like, look at all the little fish. And the idea with IMAX, because the screens take up the entire wall, the idea is you just lose yourself in that. Like, you don't even think that, you don't even think about that you're looking at a screen. You just looking at what's being presented in front of you as if you're really sitting there just living this bizarro world. The little fish is really close to the camera. It feels like something's in your eye. Very strange. It's very beautiful water. Very blue. Man, look at that. It's so large. You really get the feel of how big this stuff is. Here it is. That's the one. The potato cod. Feels like I just put it in my hands like that. Very good. Top 10 greatest 3D shots ever made. Here he is again. I think the other documentary might have a shot very similar that blew my mind. But that one definitely is really, really cool. I like how the camera slowly gets closer to this thing until it's swimming out of the screen right in your face. That's one of the great things about these documentaries, especially the undersea stuff, is that there's such a natural, the reason the screen just seems to fade away is there's such a natural movement from behind the screen to the front, before out of the screen to back behind the screen. It just flows so well that you just forget that it's even a screen. You're just like, this is just how it is. This is how it looks. It's like a hologram or something. That poor jellyfish getting ate by that turtle. Have you guys ever been stung by a jellyfish before? Tell me in the comments if you've ever been stung. This is a really good shot. Like, the shots with the really bright colors and the nice, very sharp picture quality. It looks so good. These shots are, this is what I live for. Oftentimes the environments just spill out of the screen into your living space. That thing looks delicious, dude. I'd eat it. Ooh, try not to look at the far background too much. It's Jaws 3D, dudes. Man, look at that dust cloud. It looks so cool. It's so wild they can do that with their skin. Change colors and create patterns. It's like a GIF. It's like they put a video on their back. They got LEDs under their skin. Just swim right up out of the screen. I don't even know if I can show this on my YouTube channel, dude. I might get freaking banned for sexual content. Imagine being a crab and all you can do is just strafe walk your entire life. Look at him. That's a wicked cool shot, dude. Oh. That was like in my eye. That plant. Little plant stick things. They're all the way out here. These guys truly are the dogs of the sea. Look at him. He's very interested in the cameras. Whoa! Very close. These guys are very enthralled. Oh, that's it. Oh, bubbles. We got bubbles. 3D bubbles. Alright, let's go ahead and mute that. Because I don't know what kind of crazy company's gonna be like, hey, I own that song, and now I own your video. And you own nothing. Not even your own opinions. Those are mine too. That was a short one. It's sometimes nice to sit down and turn your brain off and watch a nice documentary. I love to learn things. Documentaries are a good way to learn things. And it's also a good time if you just want to put in a nice 3D movie. Just to enjoy some good 3D and get lost in the sauce, as it were. Very good 3D in this movie. Like basically all the IMAX documentaries have amazing 3D. And there is one that I don't have. It is called Mysteries of the Unseen World. That hands down has been the greatest 3D experience I've ever had in a theater. There are other great 3D movies I've seen in theater and even in IMAX, but that movie really puts you in there. And I'm talking about stuff that comes right out at your face. The feeling that you're being put through tubes, it's so good. It was amazing, and I really should get that documentary. With that being said, this is a great one. Pick it up. Pretty cool. Directed by Howard Hall. Oh, right here on the back, we have a picture of them doing the documentary, and the sea lions are very much into that. Yeah. IMAX Under the Sea. Pick it up. Any IMAX documentary in 3D, I'll say most of them, you should do your research before picking up a movie just to make sure that it's not janky. I've seen a few IMAX documentaries in 3D that weren't super amazing, and some of them were even post-converts that didn't look too great. But that's all. Thank you guys for checking this video out. Remember to get your vaccines and go outside. It's a beautiful day. Don't be like me that stays inside all the time. Thank you guys for checking it out. I appreciate it.